Given the nature of work for which Professor Albert Einstein, a physicist, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, photoelectric equation. Let epsilon 0 denote the dimensional formula of the permittivity of vacuum. If m is equal to mass, L is equal to length, and T is equal to time, and A is equal to electric current, then epsilon 0 is equal to m inverse 1, L inverse 3, T4 is A2. The slope of the smooth banked horizontal road is P. If the radius of the curve is R, the maximum velocity with which a car can negotiate the curve is given by root P or G. A ball is thrown upwards and it returns to ground, describing a parabolic path. Which of the following quantities remains constant throughout the motion? Horizontal component of velocity. A sphere of diameter r is cut from a sphere of radius r such that the center of mass of the remaining must be at a maximum distance from original center. Then the distance is r by 6. A stone of mass m tied to a string of length L is rotating along a circular path with constant speed v. The torque on the stone is 0. To find the resultant gravitational force acting on the particle m due to a number of masses, we need to use the principle of superposition. The Young's modulus of a wire of length L and radius r is y. If the length is reduced to L by 3 and radius is r by 3, then the Young's modulus will be y. What extinguishes a fire most quickly? Boiling water. In the isothermal process, which of the following is not true? Temperature remains constant is not true. A gas at pressure P0 is contained in a vessel. If the masses of all the molecules are halved and their speeds doubled, the resulting pressure would be 2P0. A simple pendulum is taken to a height and thrown so that it falls freely under gravity. Then its frequency of oscillation becomes 0. Two conducting spheres of radii R1 and R2 have same electric fields near their surfaces. The ratio of their electric potentials is R1 by R2. In gallium arsenide material, Ohm's law does not hold good because negative resistance exists in the voltage current variation. A sensitive instrument can be shielded very effectively from outside fields by placing it inside a box of soft iron of high permeability. The ratio of magnetic potentials due to magnetic dipole in the end on position to that in the broadside on position for the same distance from it is infinitive. A horizontal straight conductor along east-west direction falls under gravity, then there is an induced current from west to east. Which one of the following is the property of a monochromatic plane electromagnetic wave in the free space? Electric and magnetic fields have a phase difference of pi by 2. In Young's experiment, the distance between two slits is halved and the distance between the screen and slit is made 3 times. Then width of the fringe becomes 6 times. By introducing the concept of reduced mass, mu is equal to small m into m, capital M by capital M plus small m. Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom can be further improved in the introduction of non-circular orbits. A radioactive substance has a half-life of 4 months. 3/4 of these substances will decay in 8 months. A ball bearing striking another ball bearing is not an example of a perfectly inelastic collision. The moment of inertia of a rod about an axis through its center and perpendicular to its ml square by 12, where m is the mass and l is the length of the rod. The rod is bent in the middle so that the two halves make an angle of 60 degrees. The moment of inertia of the bent rod about the same axis would be mm, ml square by 12. An electron and proton are moving under the influence of mutual forces. In calculating the change in the kinetic energy of the system during motion, one ignores the magnetic force of of one on another. This is because the magnetic forces do not work on each particle. The magnetic flux linked with a coil of n turns of the area of cross section A held with its plane parallel to the field B is NAB by 2. The collector plate in an experiment on photoelectric effect is kept vertically above the emitter plate. Light source is put on and a saturation photoelectric current is recorded. An electric field is switched on which has a vertically downward direction. Then the kinetic energy of the electrons will increase. Mercury vapor lamp gives a line spectrum. In radioactive decay process, the negatively charged emitted beta particles are the electrons produced as a result of the decay of neutrons inside the nucleus.